families, welcome back to First Grade Survival Guide, our series of short videos designed to give you all the information that you need to survive this school year with your first grader. In this video, we'll take a look at daily life in first grade. You know, our days involve so much more than simply receiving kids in a classroom, sitting them down, and teaching them. You may even be surprised by some of the things each day entails. Once again, I invite you to guess along with our quiz show format. And if you have any questions afterward, please reach out to me or another teacher on our team, and we'll be happy to clarify any of this information for you. Well, let's jump right in. So, if you come to eat lunch with your child, it's important to be at the cafeteria when they arrive because they can't wait to see you. It resolves doubt about whether to send them through the cafeteria line. It reduces your child's anxiety, or all of the above. This was actually all of the above. Children who know that a family member is coming to eat with them can't wait to see them. It is, without a doubt, the best part of their day. And first graders expect their loved ones to already be in the cafeteria waiting for them when they arrive. If they're not, it creates multiple difficulties both for the child and for the teacher. On that note, it's really better to tell your child nothing at all than to say something like, I'll try to be there, because what their first grade ears hear is, I'll be there. If you're not able to come eat with them, it really does ruin the rest of their day. It makes learning almost impossible, and it can even create discipline issues. So if you decide to come eat with your child, we welcome that because it is such a big deal for them. But please try to arrive early and enjoy that time with your kiddo. So your student forgot their blank at home. It would be a great idea to come up to the office and bring it to them. Would that be their water bottle, their jacket, their snack, or their folder? They all look like good options, but really the only good one here is jacket. That's really the only must-have. You know, students have access to water fountains at school. Teachers have emergency snacks on hand, and really one day without a folder is better than the interruption that's caused when the front office buzzes the classroom to let them know that there's an item for the student in the office. So either the student misses out on content while they go get what was dropped off for them, or they're so distracted just thinking about what's waiting for them that they can't really focus on the classroom lesson or the activity. So if your child leaves their jacket at home, by all means, please come bring it up to the school for them. But if it's something like a water bottle, a snack, or a folder, we can survive one day without those things. Thanks. True or false? First graders are allowed to bring toys for recess, as long as they agree to share them with others. What do you think? This one's false. We ask that first graders do not bring toys of any kind to school. There really are no good possible outcomes here. Now, depending on how recess is going, we may allow students to bring sports balls with the condition that they are only used at recess and are shared with anyone else who also wants to play. Now, if those things become a source of jealousy or conflict, then they'll be prohibited also. But that's really the only thing that we allow kids to bring up periodically for recess. Toys either get lost, broken, or they cause problems with other students. So please leave those things at home. All right, let's talk about water bottles. We really wish that we had the opportunity to provide guidance on water bottles before the school year begins. Your child probably already has a water bottle, but just so you know, flip top and sports bottles are really the best ones because they tend to have the fewest spills and break the least often. We deal with spills literally on a daily basis, and usually more than once a day. And so we've got a lot of experience with water bottles, and those sports bottles and flip top are really the best ones. So hope that's helpful. I hope you don't have to replace your child's water bottle during the year, but if you do, try and pick one of those. All right, true or false? Our expectations for student behavior are stricter in the spring semester than in the fall. This one's a little tricky, but it's actually true. Let me provide some context for you. Now, at the beginning of the year, we give a lot of grace about following rules because we understand that the school environment is different than the summer environment. There's a lot of structure, whereas the summer environment tends not to be as structured. And even being in a new grade level with a new teacher comes with different rules than the previous year. Now, once we feel like students have had adequate opportunity to understand and practice first grade expectations, then we feel more comfortable holding them accountable for meeting those expectations. But we know that when the school year starts, first graders are really just old kindergartners. You know, on that note, if your child comes home with a yellow face in their folder or a yellow circle in their folder, you know, that doesn't mean that we think they're evil or that they've had a bad day. What it does mean is that they either forgot or ignored one of our first grade rules and had to be reminded about it, usually more than once in the same day, and then they had the opportunity to relearn what the expected behavior is. So it's not the worst thing in the world for your child to come home with a yellow. And you know, those, just like bumper bowling, you know, those bumpers are there to get the ball back on track, and that's really the purpose that the yellow serves. All right, let's continue. The average first grade class takes blank minutes to pack up and get to their dismissal spots at the end of the day. What do you think? How long does it take a first grade class to get ready? 5 minutes? 15 minutes? 10 minutes? 20 minutes? If you picked 15 minutes, that's correct. Especially at the beginning of the school year, the average first grade class takes up to 15 minutes to clean the room from the day's learning and get themselves packed up to go home. So that's one big reason that the front office sets a time after which they won't allow early dismissals each day. So even though our bell rings at 3:30, our end of the day procedures have already begun long before that. So please keep that in mind if there are days when you need to pick up your child early. Okay, our school has blank different places that first graders dismiss to in the afternoon. How many different places do you think our first graders can dismiss to? 5, 7, 6, 8? It's actually 8. Can you believe it? There are 8 different places that our students can be dismissed to, and each one of those places has a spot in our hall where students can sit so that we make sure that they get home the right way. It is a complex process, and the more changes to the routine that there are, the greater the chance that something won't go as planned. So please try to keep dismissal changes to a minimum. With that in mind, our last question for this video will be this. Changing your child's dismissal is as easy as sending a text to the teacher. I hope this one's an easy answer for you. The answer is false. Based on what I just explained, no, changing your child's dismissal is not as simple as a matter of texting the teacher. Not only does the teacher need to know, but there are other staff members who work certain dismissal spots, and they'll notice if your child doesn't show up there. So we have to notify those people as well not to expect your child in their normal spot. So buses can even be delayed leaving the school while faculty searches for a child who normally rides the bus but doesn't show up that day. And that can even mean that other children get home later than necessary. So if you do need to change your child's dismissal, and it's not something that's going to be a recurring change, the best way to do it is to notify both your child's teacher and the front office as early in the day as possible. And so with that, that's a little look into what daily life in first grade is like for us. I hope this information has been helpful to you. And once again, if there's anything that you have a question about that you saw here, please either reach out to me or another teacher on our team, and we'll be happy to explain it for you. So hope this is helpful. Tune in next time, and we'll keep learning how to survive in first grade.